Hey there, everybody. Oh my gosh, here we are. If you have started the 90-day challenge, the 90-day game plan with the majority of us, you will be on day 14 today. And if you're seeing this at a totally different time in your journey, maybe you're on day 45, maybe you're on day 60, or maybe you didn't even start a 90-day game challenge, but you've started something new and you've come across this video. I want to share something with you because I am feeling completely defeated right now. Completely defeated, totally ready to throw in the towel. When we get into a zone where we want something so bad and we're taking serious action towards that goal, and things start coming in from all angles trying to derail us, it's easier to say I'm done than to keep pushing forward. Would you agree? I know that's where I'm at right now. And I know in my mind, because I've worked on this so much, that I am not willing to give up. As much as it would be the easier road, it would absolutely be the easier road. If I look back on this past week, my week was an absolute chaos. And I can say that without crying right now, but I'm close to tears almost all the time this week. And I will say this, my strength comes from me. My strength comes because I'm determined so much to fight through it, to get through those moments of defeat and say, oh well, pick up, move on, brush off. There are times when I do get stuck in places that I can't get out of fast enough. But I have to say that being focused on keeping on going forward anyway, even at a slower pace, is better than saying I'm done, I'm giving up, I'm throwing in the towel. And like I said, it would be easier to do that. I want to just share something with you guys because, if your week was anything like mine, and maybe this video came to you at the moment when you're like, no, I'm ready to give up, maybe this is all you need to hear. And I know for me, I do videos like this because it helps me too. So I invite you to just stick around for a few more minutes and listen to something that I'm going to read you in a moment here. But before I do that, I just want to say, you might have had a goal of something, and maybe it was you were doing 5 things a day or 3 things a day or something towards that ultimate goal at the end of your 90 days and beyond, that the first week, second week, or even the first few days, you were able to do it no problem because you were excited, you had the energy, you, for some reason, didn't have the distractions in your way. And something else was there. And when I talk about the excitement, one of the things that if you have signed up for the Healthy Mind and Body program, that is absolutely phenomenal. If you haven't signed up for it yet and you haven't started, get started on that because that's going to help build your muscle to your mindset. But in that, Rod Harrison talks about the stages of going through your dreams and your goals, basically, of starting something new. And the very first part is the part that we all love because of the very first part, we're all excited. We're enjoying the moment of going, yes, I'm starting something new. Yes, I'm determined. Yes, I'm going to succeed. And it starts in that area. I remember looking back at education when I was a student. I'd get a new teacher at the beginning of the year. Yes, I've got a new class. Yes, I got a new teacher. And it was like that fresh start, that fresh beginning that we're all excited about. And then something happens along the way. And we start to realize that this is reality. This is where we are. Now there's challenges thrown at us. There's all these obstacles in the way. There's distractions taking us off course. People telling us that it isn't a good idea, or if we look back to school, the friends that are laughing at what you're wearing, or oh, you still like that, those types of things. The same applies here as an adult. Things are going to try to take you off course. People are going to try to take you off course. People are going to ridicule. They're going to next to slap you in the face saying, are you crazy? And then there's going to be you inside going, oh my gosh, I was excited, and now I'm not so sure. And yes, my children are here. I am living my life perfectly imperfect. And as you can see, I have a disaster in my house. If I was able to pick up this desktop computer right now and show you my home, you would actually be like, oh my gosh, Tara, that's what you live in right now. And honestly, every room I go to right now, I am realizing that it's making me even more flustered inside. Do I need to take time away from business and life to go and get my house tidied up? Yes, because it's going to continue to infect my mind, right? When we've got clutter in our house, in our space, it becomes clutter in our mind. So I get it, but I also understand that nothing's going to be perfect. So I'm living the perfectly imperfect motto. And yes, my kids are having fun. They're not hurting each other. They're good. Anyway, getting back to inception, when we start something new, we're excited. But really soon after that, we can often find, and it is actually going to happen, if you're on the right journey to the right things, this is going to happen. So if you think it's not going to happen, you're lying to yourself. Deception is part 2 of the next phase. What happens is, in deception, we start to want to give up. We start to have these distractions, these things coming in the way, these things trying to take us off course, slow us down, stall us, have us emotional, have us angry, have us resentful, have us, all these emotions come with deception. And what it is, it's the part of us that wants to give up. And I'll just read a few things. If you become serious about something, and again, this is from Rod Harrison's book, Are You Up for the Challenge? And he is the one who we are so fortunate to be partnered with now through his Growth U, and created a program just for us that's called Healthy Mind and Body. So again, go and invest your money into that program, because it will invest lots here too. But he says here, if you become serious about something you will eventually encounter barriers of frustration. This is deception, in which you start wondering if all this is really worth it, right? Because when you look at where your life is right now, with the chaos, with the distractions, with the frustration, and you start going, really, is this really worth all this pain and anxiety and frustration, whatever emotion you're feeling right now, is it really worth that? And you can feel my energy right now. I'm in that place. I'm in deception. I'm going to own where I am because I understand it. But if I didn't understand this, and that's why I want to share this with you, if I didn't understand this right now, I would be like, forget it. I'm done. I'm not doing this 90-day thing anymore. I'm done. I can't do it. That is what most of us are doing to ourselves. So I'm going to try to stop you from doing that right now. And I'm stopping myself, because I could be just like everyone else. I could be the one to say, forget it, I'm done. No matter what change you want to make, your habits are going to fight back. Your unconscious mind is not going to make it easy for you to change. That's a good thing. You have to have challenges in order to change. That's what builds character. Where would life be without resistance? How could we build muscle without pushing against deception? That is what life is all about, making it through deception in the right way. But for goodness sake, set it up so you can win. All right, so he gives examples of, in January, when people say their New Year's resolutions and they're all excited for the first week of January, and then by week 2, 3, all their resolutions are out the window. So he gives that as an example. But he says here, you can overcome this deception by doing things consistently. And that's why we say that even if distractions are coming in, even if you're feeling defeat, even if you're frustrated and tired and anxious and all these other things, emotional, keep doing the small little things every single day. Even if it's not those 5 things, pick one. Maybe this week all you can do is one of those things. And I will admit to you that that's what I had to do this past week. I didn't give up 100%, but I didn't give my 100%, because it was being taken by all kinds of external things going on, including my kids being at school, my baby going to school for the first time, my husband's second week of working 16-hour days with him not being home. I mean, there's a lot of things. Those could all be excuses for me to not touch the business at all last week, but I continued to touch the business. Did I feel good about the little effort I put in? It made me feel okay, because I knew I was doing something every day, 5 days a week. If I had given up completely and said, I'm not touching the business today, I'm taking a vacation, then I wouldn't feel good right now about where I was, last week. It is about the daily little tiny things every single day to work through these moments of deception. Keep crawling if you have to. But we're going to get out of deception faster the more we do, right? So he also says that, I'm going to actually skip forward to another paragraph. Physical strength isn't the only arena. So he was talking earlier in the few paragraphs about, getting into fitness and weights and all that kind of stuff, working out. And that in order to build muscle, we have to actually break down the muscle too. So he's doing that comparison of deception is actually the muscle breaking down in between workouts so that we can build the muscle back up. So here he also says that physical strength isn't the only arena in which this approach applies. It's the same way emotionally, and it's the same way mentally. If you know something is good for you and it becomes uncomfortable, don't stop. Don't put your tail between the legs and run away. Fight through the deception. So many of you right now are feeling like you just want to run, fight or flight, right? You want to run away. You want to go, you want to get out of the groups that you're in as far as accountability. You want to disengage possibly from the goal that you're working towards. And that would be the absolute worst thing that you can do through deception, because getting to deception, and I know I've heard Rod say this before, and if you're in the Healthy Mind and Body, you've heard it too. He says that when you get to this deception phase, celebrate it. Does it feel good to celebrate something so awful? Because right now I know how I'm feeling. So to celebrate this moment right now doesn't make me feel excited. But he talks about when you get to that deception phase, embrace it, because this is the start of the change that's going to happen for you. If you flight, if you get out of here when this happens, you're never going to change. It's going to keep you where you were before. You're not going to go through the transition to who you're becoming. So don't run away from this. This is what I'm trying to share, because I know I feel it too. I totally do. I want to run away. Today I want to run away. Anyway, he says, you need to fight through the deception. Most people quit when they hit deception. They remember the excitement and the enthusiasm they felt in the beginning phase of inception. So they decide to start something new to miss out on, like, they want to start something new again to feel that inception, because that's addictive, right? When you feel so excited about something at the beginning, you feel really, really excited. You want to start something new again because that's what made you feel good. Deception makes you not feel good, so you want to quit. But he talks about here, the thing is, if you quit and go into something new again, so maybe you're looking for another new exciting way to build this business, or a new exciting way to reach your goal that you're going towards. And this is where you see people quit altogether and join a new team or a new company or whatever. They're looking for something better to make them feel better, right? They're afraid of deception so much that they just try to do back way in to try to get back into where they were, and it'll never work. It'll never work. But he says here, by starting something new, people always risk the fact that they're not going to get those rewards they're looking for, because they have to go through deception to get to the next phase. So some people will stay in deception and become masters of making excuses of about why they are where they are. And that's where you hear the justification. The people that, start a goal, and 90 days later, they're still justifying why they haven't changed their life. They stayed stuck in deception. And by staying stuck in deception means you're not acting on deception, and you're not taking the steps every day consistently. Remember I said, even doing that small little thing every single day to move you in the direction of where your goal is. But when people stay stuck in deception, they don't take action. They stay stuck. And they actually totally sabotage their goals, because they're staying stuck, and they're going to say 90 days from now, when other people have reached their goals, or maybe didn't reach them but got closer to them, those people that stay stuck in deception are going to actually say, well, I'm stuck here because, and they'll have all these justifications, all these excuses for why it didn't happen for them, when in reality it's their own stuff. They stayed stuck because they didn't take the action. And he talks a lot more about the deception phase, and how it's really important to get through deception, but to also appreciate that deception is there for a reason. It's helping to build your character into the next phase of your journey. So one of the things here, and I didn't actually read ahead because I thought that that was really what was important for everyone today, but let me just take a quick glance here to see if there's anything more that I can add. Okay, so you know what, I'll leave it with this. He says here, I'll actually read the whole paragraph because I think the whole thing would be really valuable for everybody right now. It's not that you're lazy or that your program, relationship, career isn't the right one. It's just that your ingrained habits are fighting back. So these are the habits that you've always had along the way, the conditioning, the beliefs, the values, all those things are one way, and you're trying to bring it over to a different dimension, and your subconscious mind is starting to fight against that because this is what you've known for so long. And he says here, remember, the job of the unconscious mind is to keep things going exactly the way they are right now, which is the way that it was all along until this point, right? So the unconscious mind is trying to bring you back to where you've always been. And your unconscious mind tries to help by holding on to patterns that make you feel comfortable, safe, and certain. Isn't that the truth? Because that safety, that comfort, and that, you know, being comfortable, safe, and certain is what keeps you feeling like you're okay, you can breathe again, right? And the moment you get out of certainty, the moment you get out of your comfort zone, and the moment you feel unsafe, your subconscious mind is going, no, come back to the land of the safe. And the thing is, it's no big deal. And this is what he says. It's really no big deal. Your world is not crumbling around you. You do not always make bad choices. Understand that this is simply a phase you're going through and enjoy the ride. This is where, again, I say to myself, oh my gosh, enjoy the ride of deception? I don't think so. That's my subconscious mind talking right now. My, you know, where I want to go understands in my mind that I do need to find my way through deception, right? To keep stepping forward every single day through deception. Call on your emotional muscles of determination, commitment, faith, and vision. Build them up so that you can move past this phase and stay true to your purpose. Now he says here, now that I'm going to say something that may initially seem over the top, but trust me, it works. What I want you to do when you get to deception is celebrate. Remember, I talked about that, and you've probably heard it already if you're on the Healthy Mind and Body. Celebrate this. Whew. If there is no resistance and you cannot lift the weight easily, if there is no resistance and you can lift the weight easily, then you're not building the muscle. You're not growing. If you keep moving forward when you feel like you just can't do it anymore, you'll be able to build an even stronger muscle. I know that when I hit deception, and this is him talking, I can get bigger and stronger if I push through the resistance. I know that if I keep going, I'm going to make it into the next phase, which is transformation. So if any of you right now are watching this and you're in the same place as me right now on day 14, or maybe you're watching this on day 2 of your journey, or maybe you're watching this on day 50 of your journey, this is an absolute must to go through. And if you're feeling like you're not going through it at all and it'll never happen to you, then you're putting masks over your face. Because I know myself, whenever I've gone through any part of my journey in life, there's been anything worthwhile, I've gone through this phase. I just didn't understand the phase at the time, and I did give up on some things. I did give up. Now I realize that giving up is the only way I'll fail. So embrace deception, realize that it's there for a reason. It's helping you strengthen yourself into the next person that you're supposed to become. And not that you're changing people, but you're growing into the next part of your phase, right? In order to get different results, we need to do different things. And if your results on your goal sheet are to do different things and get different results, then realize that getting to this place of deception where you want to quit on everything you've already done is a good thing. Now, if I look to my page this week, on my every Sunday we check in and we look at all our goals, what we had for the previous week. We write down all the things we've actually accomplished. I'm going to look at that goal sheet and I'm going to say, thank goodness it's not all zeros. It's not going to be high numbers, and I'm not going to get defeated about that. I just know that moving forward this week coming up is the next phase of my journey. And I don't know how long I'll be in deception. I'm hoping not for long because it's not a fun place. but I'm celebrating it while I'm here and I'm moving forward. So with that, guys, have a wonderful week. I look forward to hearing about your transformation after deception, and together we'll celebrate at the end. All right, take care.